I've been talking a lot about resources in different states and options for autism resources in our life that will make our life a little bit happier. Basically, at this point, I would like to do a series on Texas. I just did a series on Florida. Texas is another state that is at the top of our list that we would consider one day, but also a complete 180 from the Florida plan. One other option that would be doable for us as a family to be a little bit happier but stay kind of where we are. All of you that listened to my journey with Ella and getting her placed in therapeutic placement. We moved from where we grew up, where we bought our dream home. We thought it was our forever home. We were very happy there, but there was no resources for her. So we moved up to an area that has a lot of resources, and it's also close to my husband's work, so everything got a little bit easier. But then it got harder because then we had to do all of the legwork to justify therapeutic placement. So we had to place Ella in public school for it, at least them to collect 60 days of data on her to justify therapeutic placement because she had never been to public school before. She had always done full-time therapy. So we ended up placing her and letting her go until the end of that school year. So she wasn't in public school for even a full school year, but they collected their data and we decided we would rather do private therapy moving forward and hope that the school district that we were about to move into would place her. So we knew where we wanted to go and they agreed because we did the legwork and I think they knew that that's where we were headed. They agreed. We recommended the school that she's in. They agreed. As long as they have room for her and they accept her, they would send her a referral packet and we would move forward. So we did. They accepted her. It wasn't right away, but I decided that was the school. And I said, we're going to continue to do private therapy until they have room for her. I know it's going to happen, and it did happen. I just had a gut feeling. It happened. We've been with this school since we started in April of 2025. We did extended school year all last summer. We've been going all school year this year. So she's been there a full year at this point. She's thriving. She's doing great. She's doing in-home ABA in the evenings. I'm really proud of where she's come. But now we're in a place where we've received the best resource I think we could possibly get in the state that we're in. And I don't want to let go of that, but how can we stay here and be happier? So now we have our younger child that is kindergarten age. We're going to do a growth year where she is now, where we live now. She turns 5 in the summer, and we were wanting her to do this growth year as we think about what our next step is and potentially start school at 6, which a lot of people do. That's perfectly acceptable. I've been talking about homeschooling her, talked about that a lot on here, but I was like, the only way in my mind that she would go to a public school, because the only one I fully trust is the one I grew up going to. For a lot of reasons that I'm not going to discuss on here, but I have very valid reasons for that. And it's going to be a magical experience for her if she could do that. Let's just say that. We have so much family back home, and we're not tied to any particular school district anymore for Ella because now she's placed and she has the justification and the data. So how could we do this? This school in particular is very rural and very small. But I asked the question, I put the feelers out there, so we'll see. Trying to find the right spot to potentially build back home to where we can be so close to family. I'm talking like next door. I would be commuting Ella about an hour and 15 minutes to school, staying up with her during the day, running errands, grocery shopping, doing all the things I need to do, but I would be up making good use of my time while she's at school. She still can have in-home ABA. There's a lot of positives to this because then Ava can have the magical experience that I think she's really wanting. I think the missing link to be able to stay in this state is the fact that we've been doing just fine by ourselves, but being able to go to a school with so much family and living next door to very close family, living in a neighborhood full of kids that never change that much, and it's very consistent during your whole elementary school experience. That's something that homeschool doesn't give you necessarily. Unless you find a very particular fit, those kids change a lot. If you do all the activities and get them involved to socialize, those kids are never going to usually be the same kids from activity to activity. It would give her consistency. It would give her a safe place to be able to play in a neighborhood with her friends. It would give her a place to be and be a kid and have a normal experience while I'm doing what I need to do for Ella and getting her to the school she needs to go to. We're all commuting, but everything is temporary. This is for their early years. We just need to get through it. If we do this plan instead of, say, the Florida plan or a Texas plan, we're enjoying all of the family that we have while they're still here with us. If we move away, we're going to miss some of the best years that they have left as far as grandparents. We could give that to our kids now while they're growing up, and we could always move to a place like Florida or Texas when my husband retires and doesn't miss out on any benefits by leaving. So many positives to this, even though we're still here where we are and we're still dealing with harsh winters and unpredictable weather. I think if we're surrounded by so much help, it will get easier and it will be a little bit more enjoyable. We will also be pushing Ella to get into situations at community outings where she's going to have to push herself to be able to sit through them for activities for her sister. We're going to have to work through how we can do that and manage it. It is going to be hard. I think that if we find the right pattern and plan for those activities, we can get through them, but we have to start doing it and going through the motions. We've done all of this for Ella. We've moved twice for her. We've sold our dream home. Now she's taken care of. She's where she needs to be. So why not do the same for our youngest child?